What's up, YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal. I've got the old school cell phone out for this album update today. My camera on my laptop has been driving me crazy lately. Like, just the overall quality of it has been shitty. I think I just need to just break down and get a better camera. And I figured I'll go back to the old cell phone recordings for now because the iPhone drowns out my window here much better than my laptop camera does. So yeah, we are back to the old school way of recording to collection updates until I get my setup situation in a better situation. Setup situation, the best, you know what I'm trying to say. So just a regular collection update today. I've got, I think, 2 more videos lined up for this week that I'll do. One of them is going to be a full dedication to an album I'm showing off today. And then, yeah, so I'm excited. So the first thing I have to show is a brand new release that just came out this past Friday. This is the 9th full-length album from the Swedish death metal masters Vomitory. All Heads Are Gonna Roll, out of Metal Blade Records. I think I have almost their whole entire discography on CD. I think I'm missing like 1 or 2, but I just recently saw them on Discogs. They got repressed not that long ago, so I'm probably gonna just snag them. And I'm going to dedicate a whole video to this, my thoughts are on the album, and then rank the rest of the discography. So if you're a Vomitory fan, be on the lookout for that. That should be coming. Hopefully this week I'll be able to edit it and get it up. But yeah, first reaction of this album. I've listened to it several times. I got this the day that it came out. So props to them for having it to me the day that it was released. And I've listened to it a lot these last several days. This was very much my Memorial Day jam while we were at the pool all weekend long. Just hanging out by the pool, grilling out, pretty much is what we did all weekend. And I had brought my AirPods, and while the kids were swimming and the wife was reading her book and we were just relaxing, I was listening to this album, and I really enjoy it. So I like the artwork around it. It's pretty cool. That's all I'll say. So check it out if you haven't heard it yet. Definitely a release that I forgot was coming, and then when I realized it was coming, I got pretty excited about. So some releases that are coming up towards the end of this year that are getting me a little bit more pumped. Beginning of the year, I was a little bit kind of bored, just wasn't too excited about things, but we've got a good one here. So yeah, let me know if you check this out. It's really good. I like it. So the next are a bunch of vinyl that are just basically hole fillers for my collection. Things that I've never had in my collection before, and I've been wanting on vinyl for a while now, so I finally snagged them the last several weeks. And so I'll start off with an old school classic, a 1991 death metal classic from the UK, recorded here in Tampa. Needs no introduction. I showed off the other album a couple weeks ago. This is their second full length. Peaceful finally reissued these not too long ago, and I saw that this was available, so I snagged it. Yeah, I don't need to talk about this, do I? Like, you guys all know this album. It's just simply one of the best death metal albums ever, in my opinion. It's got Glenn Benton guest vocaling on the first song of the album, Hung, Drawn, and Quartered. Of course, that's the song that he guest vocaled on. This was recorded in Morris Sound Studios here in Tampa. All the fun things. But yeah, I feel like you guys don't really need to know much more about it. If you've never heard this record for some reason, stop what you're doing, close this video, and go listen to it. It is simply phenomenal. I would say it's kind of like a deathy thrash, because there's definitely some thrash elements. I think that's what they're considered as, like a death thrash band. I don't know. Whatever, if you want to get meticulous about the genre. And then it's just a plain red wax. Here's your labels. I know you guys like the labels there. Just plain red wax. And yeah, it sounds great. I've been listening to this ever since I got it last week, nonstop. Finally have it on vinyl. Super pumped. So if you're wondering where to get those, Peaceville US shop, they were still in stock last I looked, but there's also, I think, some black copies too. And then Amazon, surprisingly, had them, so check Amazon if you want to make that risk. So yeah, great album. Finally have it. So the next one is, these next two I got at my local shop here in my area. They recently just reissued these not that long ago, a couple months ago, right around the same time as like Nile Suffocation reissues. I held off because I wasn't able to get them, and I'm finally starting to slowly get them. And yeah, this again needs no introduction. Grindcore masterpiece right here, Pig Destroyer, Prowler in the Yard. Relapse just recently reissued these, and I finally was able to get them. I saw them sitting in my local record shop when I went shopping last week, or was it last week? 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago now, when I went to the concert, the Decibel Magazine tour concert. Saw them sitting there, and I was like, well, I'm gonna come back. I'll come back next week after I get paid and see if they got them, and sure enough, they did. They still had them there, so I snagged them. So yeah, this needs no introduction. Is this actually considered the second full length? I can never remember if it's the second, if they consider whatever the first one to be the first full length. I can't remember. But yeah, classic. This is probably, these two that I bought are probably my favorite Pig Destroyer albums. However, that does not mean that the other ones aren't good. I still listen to them quite a bit too, but these are the ones that I absolutely wanted to have on vinyl. So it's like this orange, black, smoky vinyl, which I assumed this was going to look black when you just laid it down on the ground. Not on the ground. Laid it down on the turntable. But no, they did a pretty good job with this. You know right away that it's colored when you pull it out of the poly bag, the inner sleeve, whatever. God, words are hard today, and so it looks cool. I think there was a couple of other color editions that they reissued as well, but this was just what my shop had. I'm assuming this is probably the one that has the most, that was the most pressed. That's usually what happens. The shop gets the one that has the most pressings because they're the easiest ones to get wholesale and stuff like that. So yeah, Prowler in the Yard needs absolutely no introduction. It's just a simply awesome record. I've been listening to this a ton too. This actually kind of revived my urgency, revived my motivation, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, to listen to grindcore again. I kind of got out of it a little bit there. Now I'm pulling out things and listening to them again. So grindcore all day. And then the next one is Terrifier. Tits for Days is what I like to call this album. So funny thing, I brought this home and my son was like, what'd you get? I'm like, nothing, because I just didn't want to have to deal with this. And my wife was like, yeah, good call. I'm glad you didn't show him that record. Third full length or fourth, I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna pretend to act like I remember. So funny enough is I have all Pig Destroyer albums on CD. I recently got those like last year. I think I did a video on that. But I chose the ones that are my favorite to get on vinyl, and this was definitely crucial one that I need to have. Awesome printed inner sheet there of the band. I love that picture. And then on the other side, lyrics. And going into the jacket. So there's the back of it. I don't realize I didn't show it. Man, seeing this, I'm gonna listen to this probably when I end this video now, because that's what happens. So this color is simply phenomenal. Could not pass up that pressing. I was super pumped that this was still there, and that it was still available. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these are probably still available on Relapse's website too. So if you don't have a local shop that has these, I'm pretty sure they're still available on Relapse. I don't think that they've sold out yet. And then I think Phantom Lamb was the other one that they reissued. That's the next one I'll probably pick up because I do love that album. And then I noticed that 38 Counts of Battery was one that got recently reissued on vinyl. And then I think Book Burner did too. So eventually I'll grab those. But for now, I grabbed my favorite ones, the crucial ones that I absolutely love to have in the old collection. I also will probably try to get those for my distro as well. Okay, so the next one is not a hole filler. Just got pressed on vinyl and was just released this last Friday, so this is a new release. But I've had it on CD and tape for ever since it came out because Corpse Crystal sent me a bunch of free copies and I've been passing them out and handing them out. Well, it finally got pressed on vinyl, and that is the Guttricide EP. Some awesome, I guess, brutal slamming death metal. I don't even really know the exact genre that you want to call. Modern death metal, not too much that I've been listening to lately. But this one I was excited about. I think it's the only EP that they have out. I don't remember. Texas death metal. Good stuff. It came on, I think, 3 or 4 different color copies. The one that I got is like this purpley gray. You can kind of see it in the camera. It's got cool labels. So I'll show you there. And then there. So yeah, this is one of the newer bands that Corpse Crystal has been issuing music on lately that I've been super into. Just filthy sounding, makes you feel like you should probably shower after you listen to it. Death metal. I can't really pin one band that they sound familiar to, but yeah, look at that artwork. Awesome detail. And then the back, got the pig face. There we go. And then a printed inner sheet. Right there's some more artwork. And then the lyrics, my fan's blowing it around. Who does the artwork? I forgot. Cannot pronounce that name. Let's see. There you go. If you want to pause it, it'll tell you who the artist is. But yeah, good stuff. I like this album, this EP a lot. Really is an EP though, because it's 30 minutes. Like, I mean, this is borderline full-length album if you ask me. There's quite a bit of songs on here, but I guess it's classified as an EP. I don't know if you guys want to get super technical. I guess maybe it is an EP, but to me it could be pretty much an album if you ask me too. So good stuff. You can listen to this on Bandcamp, you can listen to this on YouTube, and I think, do I have one of these still to give away? I think I might still have a CD or a tape that I can give away of these. So maybe my next giveaway I'll do is giving away this one again. I know I've given it away like at least twice now. But yeah, good stuff. Check this out. If you're looking for some new, just brutal, filthy, disgusting death metal, I think you'll enjoy that. And then finally, one album that I actually have really wanted for a long time. I own on CD, and then I own everything else on tape or vinyl, and so I was kind of annoyed. This is pretty much like the only, with the exception of one CD that got sent to me for free by Corpse Crystal. I finally just picked it up. I randomly went to Relapse. Okay, so here, backstory about this record. I'm in a group chat with a bunch of guys on Instagram. We're all vinyl collectors. We're all metal freaks. And we just talk about shit all day long. We have been doing this. I've been involved in this now over a year, which is funny to think about. And we were talking about albums that Relapse need to reissue. And this was one that I called out. And then I went to the website and I'm like, holy shit, they still have black copies in stock. I don't know if they were like canceled orders, or I'm assuming they were like returned orders or something, because the one that I got has got some jacket damage or anything like that. It didn't specify in the website, but I didn't care because the pricing of it was just like whatever, I'm just gonna buy it. And that is Devourment's Obscene Majesty, right? Majesty, yeah. Their latest album that came out freaking forever ago, I feels like now. They're 6 full length. So this is probably my favorite Devourment album. Maybe, I don't know. I go back and forth between this and a couple of others, but it's just plain black wax. And yeah, so it was just in stock, and I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll just order it then. I didn't know that it was still available, because when you look this up on Discogs, there's like 3 or 4 that are for sale that at least ship from the US, and the pricing is stupid. So yeah, you can see right there, it's got a huge corner bend. So maybe this was a return, and so they put it back up for sale. The pricing was like $18, so I'm not too mad about that, to be frank. But yeah, I feel like honestly this probably doesn't need to be talked about either. Some brutal death metal, the brutal death metal gods. There's no printed inner sheet or anything. It's a very basic pressing. So my guess is what they have available on their website are probably order returns, or people canceled or whatever, or maybe just damaged ones from shipping that they didn't put up for sale and they finally just did. A lot of labels do that, FYI. For example, NWN reissued the Imprecation demos and stuff. They made a comp of it. They pressed it on vinyl like last month or something, or 2 months ago. It sold out. And then all of a sudden there was a couple copies back up on the website, and they specify like these are copies that were resent because the shipping, whoever shipped the vinyl like ruined them, wrecked them or whatever, and they did like a replacement claim, and these were the replacement copies that came in. So that stuff happened. So it's just plain black vinyl. There's the stickers for you. Man, this thing got dirty already. I need to clean it again. Listen to it. Sounds great. Black vinyl. I didn't really expect anything to sound bad on this. So some people complain about relapse issues, like having pops and stuff like that. I've never had that problem with any of the relapse records that I've gotten. Not even, and I have a lot in my collection. But yeah, it sounds great. So I did get... So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this band, because obviously there's the very like heavy misogynist record lyrical content in their album Butcher of the Week and stuff like that. But I feel like as they've matured and stuff like that, they've kind of gotten away from that. But that's just the overall theme in death metal as a whole. But I know a lot of bands these days, especially newer ones, have gotten away from that kind of a lyrical content. But yeah, I think this is a phenomenal record. They've progressed so much in their sound, just pumping out great music. I don't think it's too long. One of my friends said that he thinks that the album is a little bit too long. I've never really felt that way. And I re-listened to it for the first time in a while this week, and I didn't feel that way still. But maybe that's just a bias. Like I'm just loved it. I have loved it for such a long time. So, but yeah, by no means is not a perfect record, but it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the best that they've put out so far. Just a classic Texas death metal band. I figured I'd do the Texas death metal bands at the end of this collection update. Texas is just rolling with their death metal lately. Actually not lately, they have been for a long time now, but just what I've been realizing, a lot of the stuff I've been listening to has been coming out of Texas. I don't know if that's like a coincidence or what, but anyway, I'm blabbing now. So yeah, picked this up. This was a collection hole filler. I did get the new pressing of Molesting Decapitated. That's coming, I think, probably this week. And then Butcher of the Week I've had. I don't know if I've ever showed it off on here, so maybe I'll do a devourment video. Because it's another band that, probably deserves a whole video. So that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Again, it was a 4-day weekend. Well, no, 3-day weekend. Sorry, I actually worked last Friday. It was a nice long weekend, but I'm happy to be back. It's officially summer here, so my kids, my wife are here all day, so recording videos is going to be a little bit tougher. You might just have to deal with the sound in the background. They're gone right now, so I made the opportunity to record this video while they were gone. They had an early doctor's appointment to get to this morning, so... but yeah, let me know if you've heard this yet, if you listened to it. Video coming about this. I have another new review up on the Heavy Metallurgy channel that came up like 2 weeks ago. I did the new Bell Witch album. Go check that out. I'll link it in the description. Let me know if you listen to that album. And then I have another new review that I'm recording for that channel as well this week. And that should be coming up in a couple weeks. I don't know like the lineup that Marty has going for that, but that should be coming too. So that's all I have. I'll see you guys in the next one.